Hello, hello, everyone. Happy to end the year strong and introduce all that listen to this to my amazing godmother, Reverent June Juliet Gatlin. And before she starts, I always tell her that I'm like the new age Shaka Zulu, but I'm actually going to listen to the mother, youthful elder that can see things in such amazing ways. So if you ever get a chance that you want to, need a reading or you want to kind of ask Most High what's going on and you need an extra ear or extra word of wisdom, you got to definitely get Mother June if you can schedule a reading or schedule some time to be in her midst, whether she's at Agape or wherever she might be. But hey, Mother June, the floor is yours.
Um, we're going with the flow, young brother, and I think that's beautiful for you to do this publicly. Some people will speak about me. Some people will tell others about me. Some people announce my name, and some people get scared. It's like they don't want anybody to know. But as my son has said, and I think I've noted before, when he has said 40 plus years ago, my mother is the most renowned unknown person. And it's because of all the humans who used to come to our places and sit and just hang out. Humans of name and note. And I watched this, for example, before I don't want to go off on a tangent or anything, but I was just watching the other day, somebody referred Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills verses. And I looked at Shaka and instantaneously went to that place when I was called to help when her son Damien murdered his best friend. I had been ill, but two young sisters called and asked how was I feeling and that Shaka needed help and was I up to doing it. And I said, well, come get me now. And went to her and did the work to have her son found not guilty on 9 counts of first-degree murder. Now, I didn't know anything about the counts. I didn't know about any charges, however they charge. But it was very interesting because going to the place where she was, I might as well tell the truth about this. She was at the L. Ron Hubbard's place, whatever that place is. She was there, and I was seated at the table, and actually Damien came in, and he said, I knew you would be here. Now, I hadn't seen Damien since he was a little boy, but having heard about the trouble that he was in and that he had killed his best friend, shot him, I was, just very glad to see him and gave him a hug and everything. But for him to say that he knew that I was coming, because nobody knew I was coming except the two sisters and Shaka. But anyway, I did the work. Mother did the work, and as I say, told her what to do for herself. Every time she would go into the courtroom, and then what do you call it? Astrally, 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 traveled astrally in and out, and as black people say, all throughout, up in and out and all throughout that courtroom, on the judge's bench, in his chambers, on the jurors' seats, and the prosecutor's table, where they would be seated. And I did that work. And Most High directed what Shaka should do, and then declared that young brother, Damien, free. I don't always have to ask or to know what the problem is, or what the situation is when people come or if they don't come, because I do work over the phone and then don't have to see them. So anyway, the work was done. Shaka made some declarations about what she would do, and she didn't do anything really. But she did come to sing for my birthday party. I will say she did that. And next thing, however long it took, I got a call from one of the young sisters who was there, and she said, Reverend June, you won't believe it. I said, won't believe what? She said, Damien was found not guilty. And I said, well, we knew that. I said, Most High and Holy Spirit already said that. She said, no. He was found not guilty on 9 counts of first degree murder. And I was like, okay. But I had not the slightest idea anything about 9 counts, or I had no idea about anything. All I knew is that they said that Damien would be free, and Shaka was supposed to follow through and do some things which she did not do. And I'm just saying that because when I saw her on Versus, which was not too long ago, I guess maybe a week or so ago, it just immediately brought that to mind. And I want to thank you for your introduction. But what I realize is that people really don't know me. I mean, of course they don't know me. I don't hang with a lot of people. I don't spend hours and hours and hours with any humans unless they are exceptional in my life. And interestingly, Most High told me this morning, said, Nostradamus ain't got a thing on you. It sounded kind of like the line from Denzel Washington's Training Day. It said Nostradamus has not a thing on you, and they're still dealing with his prophecies today as they, quote, attempt and or try, unquote, to make those prophecies fit today. I was born with disability. I have not known anything other than who I am with this ability, and it's very, very interesting because I realized that I had been becoming quite tired, and that tiredness has been draining for my life. And I did take moments as directed today. Actually, this day is Tuesday, the 30th of November, 2021. And this day, they said, the reason you've been so tired of doing no thing, is because you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's, as I said, I'm a born communicator. I have this ability, however, the communication, the talking, the teaching, the speaking, the contributing to individuals' lives, whether I'm here on this platform or whichever platform, has just given me just wearying me, tiring me, and as I'm knowing I'm not to have stress the weight of a feather, and I don't consider myself as being stressed, but I was being truthful from what I was being directed to do, and that is being available to these social media platforms, which I have said I abhorred. And today I learned the reason that I abhorred these social media platforms is because of my lack of patience. And this lack of patience from individuals who know me has prevented me from learning how to do it. What is it? Instagram, Twitter, even Facebook. I've just not been wanting to do it. And then I meet so many people who have inquired why I'm not more visible, why I'm not doing more. And then they have TikTok, which I said, oh, that's for the really youthful children, even though I'm a youthful elder, but that's for the babies. And then there's Snapchat, which is, I guess, being revived, or the Generation Z. They're using Snapchat. And I really did acknowledge the fact that it's true. Now, I know Most High and Divine Loving Holy Spirit know who I am, but I had to accept the fact that, oh, wow, that's true. Because anybody who knows me knows I don't like buttons. I don't like to have to read a lot of directions and all that. So I have children who do that for me, such as you, Shannon, Cheryl in New York, my granddaughters, and my son, and my godsons. I have people who help do these things, my godchildren. And I won't say that I've been lazy, but, I just haven't wanted to be bothered. And they said, well, as they've always told me before, you can't leave this planet until you do what we birthed you or brought you into this world to do. So today I accepted the fact that I'm ready, and I'm going to be available. Well, I have to be available, and I am available. But I'm going to be more open as it pertains to working with some of these platforms, and I'm going to like it. I'm saying I will love dealing with these social media platforms, because that's the way for me to present what Most High and Divine Loving Holy Spirit extend. And so I know that I sit with humans. I contribute the living word to humans wherever they are on this planet. They could be in Rome, they could be in Amsterdam, they could be in Dakar, they could be in Cairo, they could be in Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, Miami. They could be wherever they are on this planet. This planet spins within the universe without human compulsion or permission. There is no limitation, no restriction, where Divine Loving Holy Spirit gives me the living word as I do the read for people and give their chapters from the Book of Life. So this is who I am. We have these titles and all that because humans have to have titles. They revere titles. They look for titles. Humans have to have something to relate to. And my relating is quite relative. It's just, I am who I am. I do what I do. And I breathe doing this. So today is that day that is made for June to speak that which is beneficial for my life, and I have to make use of these social platforms. And there are people who, and I've spoken about this before on YouTube, on some of my YouTube presentations, that people tell me, well, Michael Jackson trusted you. You were Michael's spiritual advisor. You should have millions and millions and millions of followers. there are people who like butterflies, and they got 1,000,000+ followers. You know, they like birds and bees. They have 2 and 3 and 13, 14 million followers. And how much I got? About 785 followers. And that's because, as Cheryl tells me, you don't obey. You're not obedient. You tell us what to do, and we do what you say, but you don't follow through. Well, I'm not lazy by any means, but I just have had come so easily for many of you all, the patience, and that's what they told me. They said, you don't have patience. You're very impatient. If the cap doesn't come off the bottle as soon as you twist it, then you just put it aside and because I want it to be easy. I want things to work easily. And it's so funny when I had to have when I programmed my VCR, this back in the day, VCR, and set the clock, you would have thought Jesus had come. Well, Jesus ain't come yet. People have died waiting for Jesus. But anyway, you would have thought Jesus had come. I did it. I set the clock, because I patiently adhere to the directions. And I'm saying this today, which is 11/30/2021. That adds to 2062, which adds to 10, which is a 1. And 1 is a number of beginnings. There are no new beginnings, because every beginning that we have is new. We never had it before. So it's the number of beginnings, starting, being on the line and taking off. So what better and most appropriate number for me to affirm as well as proclaim that I will be obedient, learn about these social media platforms, and do what I have to do, because it's what I'm born to do. And I'm saying that I'm great, grand, and gladfully experiencing the ecstasy of being a social media individual. I will be patient and learn about all these directions and buttons and whatever it is that it takes, because the majority of my time when I wanted to have anything done, when Cheryl was here with me in living in Los Angeles, she's in New York now, she would come and do what had to be done. She had the tools, and I had people who had tool cases and tool boxes, and just knew how to deal with all these buttons and things. And so I'm giving thanks for everybody who is working with me, will be working with me, to make life so much easier, because really I deserve it. But patience, I am declaring that I have it now. I will not be growling and carrying on and maybe stomping about because I didn't know how to make this button work, or how to make that button work, or how to make whatever works. I'm just grateful to be, and truly grateful, knowing that my work and my words are in people's lives to date, and people who are here now, and people who have transcended this planet and live eternally. But I live with me. It's my life, and I'm not a stranger to myself. However, living with the ability to see any and everything, including things that I don't want to see, things that I have to see, things that I had to see, and to deal with individuals whom I've never met. Spirit is really high here now. The wind is confirming that everything is working perfectly for me since I've made and given and spoken that I will do this work, because, as they said, I can't even die until I do what I'm supposed to do. But when I have to adhere to the divine directives and give unto humans whom I don't know, that I've never met, individuals whom I have done the read for numerous times, and have to reach out to tell them what Most High has given for me to give to them. I'm not wanting to be all over the place, but I like making an introduction anew to humans who have never had an experience or time with June Gatlin. I'm going to do this, and it's not something that I can renege on. I can't take it back because I don't want to become a walking ball of flame. It's something to live with when I know that if I don't adhere, if I'm not obedient as others are expected to be obedient, and as we say, obedience pays, P-A-Y, and a dollar sign on the end, where an S would be, I have to be a living example of that which I do and that which I speak. When they give unto me, to give unto you, whomever you be, wherever you be, I know that I don't have a moment to quibble, because it's about saving lives. It's about elevating. It's about praising and raising. It's about assisting. It's about sometimes commanding and or demanding, because it's for the best of your life and the restfulness of your living. And I want to do, and I'm going to do, and I've always done what Most High has told me to do. I've straggled some, because sometimes I don't want to reach out to certain and or specific people. And actually, it doesn't matter really once the words come forth. I've had to give unto strangers, but when they hear the word, when they get the sense of that which is appropriate and truth, then they become like friends. But then there are some individuals who receive the living word who are very adversarial, not kind, very nasty people. And it has created and caused difficulties for me, because they can be so mean. They can be extremely mean. Yet, my, as we say in the song, my living has not been in vain. It's not in vain. I really don't have the time now to resist what I am called and chosen to do. Next time we come here, it's going to be very revelatory, because my story has to be told. And really something very interesting, though it's really not. as I've said, when you walk around in the skin I'm in, brown skin, beautiful brown skin. Not only have I had to endure terrible and traumatic experiences as a result of breathing while black. It's already a hashtag, breathing while black. But to just experience so much shit from black folk. You know, our people can be very nasty to our people. And then we want to froth at mouth and gaggle and stand forth when our people are murdered, slain, destroyed by white people. Well, our people do it to our people. But some of the things that have really bothered me and could have tainted my presence is experiencing so much horror from my own folk. And that includes family. And that's why I tell people, family isn't always from the same sperm and womb. Family are loving and like-minded individuals who respect who we be. So there's a lot to say, and this is my brief introduction regarding my life today. I got a whole lot more to talk about. And if Nostradamus can be acknowledged today, then it's time for me to have my say. And again, I say that I'm so grateful for individuals whom Most High has presented into my life and presented my life into theirs. Thank you, Shannon Allen in Miami, and Mincy, and Ra. But there's so many. And I have to say that I'm also sending blessing the family of Honorable El Haj Malik El Shabazz, Honorable Dr. Betty Shabazz, as they live eternally now with their daughter, who is just transcended flesh, and to the family of young brother Virgil Abloh, who his passing just reminds of young Chadwick Boseman, who lived and did his work while enduring the pain of an invasive disease. These talented young brothers who lead a defining and highly impressive life for so many of our young ones and elders to acknowledge. Because these are the days that are made for all who will to lift, honor, praise, and celebrate ones who are here and those who are coming. as I say, lineage love, creating generational wealth and legacies now. So it's your time to be and do, to present and to represent all that is defining gloriousness, because you want to create and make your mark too. So we all have stories, and this is the time for first world ascendants to know the power of rising. And as we say, rouse you sleeping giants, and be the living and loving examples for those who are here and those who are coming. That's so very important. And I'm so grateful to be she who is a living and loving example. And I got work to do. I got work to do. I have works to do. I have to be a living proclamation for the divine. And I'm just getting started. So I'm grateful, truly. And for you who are willing to listen, willing to acknowledge a woman who is a first world, woman who is ascendant of first world. Well, thanks. And as we say, have a good life.
Wait a minute. Before you leave, just for anybody that's listening to this, you are in LA and sometimes you're on Clubhouse, and we're going to be making more podcast videos like this. But I had to pause you to get you to name drop a little bit, to say a few of the people that have contacted you for the read. Is that okay to speak on before you leave?
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks.
So can you name drop a couple of people that outside of Michael Jackson, who everybody knows?
Oh yeah, a wonderful, gifted, blessed, and talented human. Yes, Honorable President Barack Obama. Listen to Mother's words. Honorable Ron Brown, and who is no longer with us, listen to my words. As I say, that mean woman, Iyanla Vanzant, lived and does live my words. Oh, God.
Minister.
Children, people do bring their children. Honorable Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith of the Agape International Spiritual Center has heard my words, does listen to my words. When I told, for example, the executive producer of, I can't even remember the name of the show. It was in Baltimore, but Oprah was there. Oprah Winfrey was there. And I told her that Oprah Winfrey would take over the world. I told her that she would take over the world. And they said, from your mouth to God's ears. So evidently God heard. When I introduced, oh my God, Felicia Rashad, She can't even look at her child, Condola, and not hear my voice. From telling her that she would become Queen of America. And that was before she got married. She was told she would be married. And then that one day that I called her and I said, "Oh, Spirit, show me that you're pregnant." She said, "June, I just found out. Don't tell anybody." Well, why would I tell anybody? I was just telling her. There's another woman, Shirley Ralph. I told her about her child, her daughter. There's a lot of people. Teachers, educators.
Minister Farrakhan.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. The minister. The minister told me. He said, "June, when you get out there, we have to give you the FOI." And it was like, oh wow. Did I really want to get out there? But I'm out here. I understand what the honorable minister is saying. And bringing him and the Honorable Dr. Betty Shabazz together is almost worth bringing tears to my eyes. Yes. You and Mincy and y'all came through young brother Don Clemens, who was out here, works with Kendrick Lamar and all that. And I guess I could say when I was working diligently, strongly, purposefully to save the life of our young Tupac Shakur, put a nationwide alert out for him, and people were like, "Oh, that crazy woman," whatever, but up until the day he was assassinated. And then when that happened, people were calling from all over. And I was taken to Las Vegas, to the hospital where he was on life support. I was introduced to his mother, his sister and other family friends. His best friend was there, who was later murdered. It's just, I don't know, I just have to bring to mind so many. Max Julian, my brother, Maurice White, Earth, Wind, and Fire, all of, actually, the White family. And when I would be called or asked what music did I like, what songs did I like, as I picking gold and platinum for those albums, working with record companies and everything, record company executives. In a way, for right now, that's just thousands of people speaking in colleges and universities, working with children, preschool, elementary school, helping and healing and giving them the living word.
Now you can. I'll click mute. Well, no, you
and doing the read, as I say, for people all over this planet, people that I've never, ever seen physically, because I don't have to see you. He said, "What do you do?" "I read your breath. I read your breathing." When you see the evidence of the wind, it's like your breath. When the breath moves from the flesh to live eternally, it's like a wisp in the wind. And the physical body temple is no longer, but that life lives eternally. So as I said, there's some who have transcended, who have gone on. Yeah. Powerful people too. I'm just thinking about, when they carry on about the new Black Panthers, we talking about the creators of powerful doctor who was head of the FOI for a hot second. Dr. Oh God, like come on, June. And this is Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Wow. When I think of these individuals who listen to my voice, and everybody is not famous or renowned. We're all humans, and everybody has their story. You all have your story. But then when we have the glory, yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Dionne Warwick, she's out now. I think she's doing tweeting. She listened to my voice. Everything was true. It's so interesting, including when I called her one time to tell her that Whitney needed help. Whitney Houston, their cousins. That Whitney needed help. And that she should go somewhere to rest and care. Well, that was not really acknowledged or believed. And so interesting, helping with New Edition when they came out, and Bobby Brown did not introduce Whitney to drugs. He didn't do that. That's why she needed care. Yeah, he didn't do that. Some things can be most relevant and revealing, and so many things can be so much more relative, as we say, relatable, because we're all breathing in these flesh forms. Female, woman, human on planet Earth. Male, man, human on planet Earth. This planet which spins within the universe without human compulsion or permission. We can all be help and assistance, because we definitely need it now. And wow, when I'm thinking about needing it now, like God, they really need it in DC. One demon gone, you got a demon there now. And, really, black folk help put Joe Biden in that seat in the People's House. As I told young president, well, before he was president, that house had to be called the People's House, and he called it the People's House. Then you got a demon in there who referred to it as the People's House. Nobody tell him that. It's the People's House. Now you have Joe Biden, who was placed in there with the power of black vote. Well, I guess I don't want to go off on a tangent, but when he can put aside $500 million for humans from Afghanistan, and has yet to make a mark for reparations for first world ascendants in this un-United States. And I say racism is alive and unwell in the un-United States, because every human, there's so many separations, no oneness, no unity. And where there is no unity, it's ununited. So, wake up, ascendants. It's rising time. Your vote It's important, imperative. So many will be looking for you to make your mark. You always make your mark and you get 0 for it. You better understand the meaning of unity. That's part of what I have to do, part of what I've been resisting doing, because people don't like you when you come out and say living words to contribute to the rising times. You know, it's not all about spending your hard-earned money, and some of you don't have money to spend, but you will do what you feel you got to do in order to purchase this and purchase that on Black Friday, Black Thursday, any of them black days that represents money, represents prosperity, but not for you. You better learn. And I guess, as they say, open your mouth and we will speak for you. Well, I just opened my mouth and given a brief introduction with the assistance of young Shannon Allen. And I just want our people to be the best you can be, because you were the first world ascendants. Means you're rising. You're not a descendant of any human. You're an ascendant. You're rising. Wrote it up from the ground. First world. That's what the continent deemed Africa is, the first world. But as far as you know, it is very critical that you understand about these theories, because it's almost like you have not contributed anything, or your ancestors haven't contributed anything to this planet. And I'm finna get off here because I have spoken, and so it is. I'm Reverend June Juliet Gatlin.